Hi, everyone. Let me just give you an overall overview. How do you like that? Of the last assessment in MHA 626, the organizational ethics case presentation. So you have seen by now information on the presentation, and if you scroll down, I've already divided you up in a very scientific way, alpha, alphabetical order by last names into teams of four and a couple teams of three. So it is a team presentation. What this content is about, it really is sort of the culmination of the entire MHA 626 course. First of all, the final product should be a recorded Zoom presentation with a shared PowerPoint. So now, to be honest with you, I've already had a few of you ask me, could it be a voice thread presentation with a shared PowerPoint? Can it be a Teams presentation? It really is up to you. All of you have access to Zoom as students at USI, so it's pretty easy to use it, but you can use any format you want. Um, the deliverable to me will essentially be a link um, where I can watch the presentation. I can see the PowerPoint that you, as a team, share. So the presentation is really about an organizational ethics case. Now, this could be a case that some of you, any individual in the team is familiar with, maybe from a past work environment. Um, or it could be something that happened before you got there. It could be a personnel issue. It could be a patient safety issue. Really, and for some of you, it might be something that is not connected to any one of you individually, but an issue that's out there, organizational. So it impacts a healthcare organization, it impacts employees. Um, you can see, let's just skip to details in terms of a PowerPoint. No more than four slides. It is not about the PowerPoint, right? The first slide is introduction with the team members. Second and third slide are context. Fourth slide is references. It's really about how much you go into detail. Each of you have to participate. Everyone's got to participate. Now, I'm not at all saying that it has to be equal, but everyone has to participate. Um, and it's not about putting lots of content on the PowerPoint and reading from it. In fact, it really needs to be, there's only four slides and only two of them are content. So there's not a lot you can put on. It's really about a summary. The presentation has to cover these areas: an overall summary of the case, how did the conflict impact the organization, long term or short term? How did the conflict impact levels of employees, short term or long term? So this is not a made up case, it has to be a real case. Now, or conflict. If it's something from your workplace, you have to really mask identities. If it's in the public sphere, you can share the identities. Um, but the last part of this, which topics are connected to the case? There has to be at least one as well. If there's more than one, that would be great, but there has to be at least one. And the topics are the weekly topics that we discuss. You can see the evaluation rubric here, really looking not so much from a, again, it's not about the PowerPoint, it's the explanation. Now, in all of the presentations that I assign, each team has to designate a project manager or a project lead. That's one of you who essentially takes the lead. Now, that person doesn't have to be the expert, but that person should function as the coordinator, should probably put the presentation together, should get information from different people. Now, how it's determined, it's up to each team. There's a lead for every project that exists. Either you're assigned to be the lead, you have the time to be the lead, you have the expertise to be the lead, doesn't matter. Now, everyone has to participate, but the project manager or the lead, again, is not necessarily the expert, but can coordinate everything. And again, it's up to you. Now, let me address a question that comes up all the time. Everyone's got to participate. What if some people are not apt to participate or they're delayed? You need to keep going. You need to keep going. And there is a deadline date. There is a presentation update, which just has to be a short summary that's turned in to me. And of course, at the end, but everyone's got to participate. And, but if you have a question about team members who are not responding, get in touch with me, please. Um, and unfortunately, that occurs, but we are moving on. And everyone, I'm hoping, moves with the course. So please reach out if you have any questions. This is really, it's turned out to be great content at the end, but please reach out with questions. I will do another um, YouTube video closer to the deadline, just offering some tips about the presentation. But in the meantime, reach out, please. Thanks very much. Bye.